winter sports behind us, we look ahead to spring. Bobby Santoro of Jersey Sporting News is here. How are you, Bobby?
Doing great, Mike. Happy St. Patty's Day. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, I got the green tie on and everything. So, Bobby, we talked about Seton Hall having a chance to make it into the March Madness bracket, but that didn't happen. They lost to St. John's in the Big East tournament. Are you surprised that there's going to be a tournament without the Pirates?
I am. To me, in all honesty, they should have gotten in. I thought that big week they had before the tournament got them into the tournament to begin with. But I guess the loss to Seton Hall or Seton Hall's loss to St. John's, pardon me, um, was the big factor in it. I mean, it was kind of they lost pretty handily to them. It didn't look like Seton Hall was much in the game there. However, I mean, it's weird. They're the first Big East team to finish 5 games over 500 and not make the tournament. So, I mean, they're a one seed in the NIT, but I mean, that's just you got to be hurting after that, and it is a surprise to me.
And staying with this topic, Bobby, a couple of years ago, a relatively unknown school in Jersey City called St. Peter's got national recognition as they made it to the Elite Eight. They were also selected for the tournament this year. I believe the only New Jersey school to be selected. Any chance they can repeat that unexpected success?
Well, never say never. To me, they could do it, but they're going up against a Tennessee team in the first round that can put up some points. So it's a matter of could they upset, a top seed again? Sure, they absolutely could. But I can't see them being able to score with Tennessee as well. I mean, they'd have to stop them too. So it's either stop them or score with them. It's going to be tough. If they do, I would love to see it. We'd love to see a New Jersey school, make some noise again. But it's going to be a very tall task for them, and we can only hope.
Let's switch over to baseball. Rutgers baseball is now at 13-6 following a big game against Delaware that they won 14-3 to sweep the series. And it's nice to see our alma mater playing so well. Why have they been so dominant this year?
Well, it's all offense. I mean, they have good pitchers like Christian Coppola as well. But this whole weekend against Delaware, which for me was great. My brother is a Delaware alum, so I got to brag to him a little bit this weekend. But yeah, it was all. I mean, Saturday they scored 27 runs. They have one of their players, Josh Kuroda Grauer. He was 5-6 in the game, two doubles, a home run. Had I believe it was 6 RBIs. But even yesterday with the win, there was Ty Doucette. He was 4 for 4, 2 home runs. They're just hitting like crazy. They can make some noise. I know when we think of college baseball, we all think of the Southern schools, the SECs schools, and
Right.
schools out west. But you know what? If they can make it in, they can easily upset some schools. They can make a run. Maybe hopefully we'll see if they continue on. The 4 game losing streak hurt them. They were flying high, but we'll see if they can keep going as the weather warms up. Hopefully they warm up too.
And college baseball is in full swing, so to speak, and high school baseball is coming up. What teams should we be on the lookout for there?
For that, there's always Don Bosco. I mean, seems like in every sport, they're pretty dominant. You look at Morris Knowles, who's a school last year that made a run just like they did in hockey this year, which is pretty crazy to win the state title. They have 8 of their 9 starters coming back this year, including Luke Dickerson, who obviously was a big part of their hockey team. He also had a big home run last year to advance them into the states, a walk-off home run. Caught up with both the coaches, Joe Cirillo and Eric Mandrebo this week. They're actually my old coaches from when I was in high school, so got the chance to see them and ask them how they're doing. They said, hey, we haven't lost a game yet, which the season hasn't started, which is obviously it's a joke, but they do think that they're going to make a good run. They have some talented players. So Morris Knowles, Don Bosco, Del Barton's always big.
Right.
I know Anthony Volpe has another brother at Del Barton right now as well. So that's another school to look out for. But definitely those 3 are the top 3 right now. As training camp progresses, we'll take a deeper dive into it. But little early predictions.
And finally, let's switch to the Yankees and Garrett Cole. Cole is probably my favorite player in the game today. He's a true competitor, but he might be out for a month or two because of his bad elbow. Are there any Yankees prospects who can help fill that void while he's gone?
Yeah, I mean there are. I mean, I love Garrett Cole as well. You're not going to replace him. He is, he's not a. There's no one in the league that can compete with Garrett Cole. Even if you went out and traded for someone, like Dylan Cease, who people are talking about, I would not give up Spencer Jones for him, who's one of the Yankees' top prospects, probably the Yankees' top prospect now that a lot of them are in the pros. But pitching wise, you do have some key pieces. There are names tossed around like Luke Weaver, but Luke Weaver to me is only a stopgap. Now, again, you're not trying to replace Garrett Cole, you're trying to replace the number 5 starter now because everyone kind of shifts up.
Right.
To me, the big ones are Will Warren, Clayton Beater. Clayton Beater is a solid pitcher. He just throws too many pitches. He can be erratic sometimes. I saw him multiple times in both AA and AAA last year. He has a high pitch count, but he can be a starter for you. There's Chase Hampton, who is their number 1 pitching prospect down in the minors, but he's a little bit away. So to me, look, it's probably going to be someone like Luke Weaver or Poteet, who's one of the guys who they're talking about as well. But eventually, you want to see Warren or Beater, Beater they got for Joey Gallo. So if he pitches an inning in the majors, that's a plus. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would say those guys, and we'll see what happens with Cole. When I hear 1 to 2 months knowing the Yankees, I think August. So you never know how they are with that. But hopefully they can right the ship and have a good year and convince Juan Soto to stay in the offseason.
Let's just hope they have a better season than last year. Bobby Santoro, Jersey Sporting News. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Head over to ONNJ.com for the latest news and sports anytime.